the two of you would be making ping jokes. I'm quite certain. If given the chance. All right, good. So I thought about what you said yesterday, and I thought maybe let's look at some positions to evaluate,
Okay.
and to see how like conclusions get reached upon, especially in master games, right? So the game we're gonna start with is a game between Alekhine, who's playing white, and Capablanca playing black. So, you know, like really strong masters of our time, and we want to look at it from Capablanca's point of view. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, and we see d6. And nowadays you don't really see it. You don't see these lines like this.
You see knight f6 mostly, right?
Yeah, you see knight f6 here.
The Berlin.
Yeah. You see knight f6 in this position, and the most common actually,
D3.
people play d3 here the most. And white players who really are kind of booked up will go for them.
Castles.
Yeah, for the Berlin. But for all intents and purposes, here we are gonna look at d6. On one end, you're kind of concerned we're not looking at the most topical line. Yet on the other side, you're kind of concerned we're not looking at the most. Sorry. On the other end, we are looking at like typical positions that would most likely occur in tournaments, right?
Yes.
This is most likely what would happen. Like in our tournaments, you'd get a position like this easily. d4, we take, knight take.
Bishop d7 maybe.
Yeah, you have to play bishop d7. I don't see.
I don't even know my lines and I assume that move.
Yeah. And what I do know is that white is an alternative here. In queen takes d4, I think Capablanca has some games with white in this position, where now, if you go bishop d7, he takes on c6, bishop takes c6, and they go knight c3 with very swift development. If you go knight f6 now, he's got bishop g5, and he castles long. And these positions give a slight edge to white. But okay, knight takes d4, bishop d7. And I used to think like maybe I could bind this position after taking on c6, but black gets counterplay. So Alekhine goes knight c3, and after knight f6, he castles and goes bishop e7. So he's now ready to castle. Alekhine goes knight to f5. This is, I think, our first controversial move. Because once you play knight to a, you're saying, okay, I'm willing to accept a damaged structure. In other words, you know, like when you take on f5, the pawn is going to go to the f file, and you've got these two pawns. In exchange,
One open file and bishop pair.
exactly, yeah. White will have a bishop pair.
How's black? I'd humbly take that advantage.
What do you mean?
I'd humbly take on f5 as black.
You'd take on f5.
Um,
He says humbly. What do you think, Nick? Would you take on f5?
It's very hard to say, you know, like I was thinking of castling, you know, like see what.
you can't really castle. He's just getting the bishop pair and he doesn't have that pawn. That's the worst version of my position.
Ah, Greywood is in the house. Says
I don't see it.
in chat. He says he says congratulations to the master. on his victory.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I am honored.
Just played very well. He had 7 out of 7. It was quite nice.
Just
It was just painful. Like in this last game, he had to play against Matt. Yeah, the two of them playing in the last round is my worst nightmare. Pretty much in every tournament nowadays.
Matthew.
Yeah, him and Matthew, like Chess and Matt started playing together at the same time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay, so Chopin says I'll take on f5. Knight f5 is bad. And yeah, I think you don't really have a choice. If you castle with you're gonna lose the bishop pair anyway. The bishop on e7 or the bishop
Might
on
as
this.
well.
You may as well get that
You
humble,
might as well get some sort of exchange out of it.
humble back.
So that's how we make that decision. Bishop a5, e5 castles. That looks very straightforward. And he goes rook e1. And in all earnest, this is where the challenges start.
Black can play rook e8.
Black can play rook e8, and a lot of people would play rook e8.
Queen
Except-
d7, Queen d7 is acceptable though.
But I don't think, you're
threatening the useless pawn.
but you're not really, because this bishop is not protected.
Yeah. But you can always play a6.
But let's think about. He doesn't want to get pinned. But let's think about. Think about it. If you play rook e8, like Chopin is saying, what's happening is you are.
Winning yourself.
You're pinning yourself. If you play rook e8 here, there's this pin over here.
Well, it's not like white's gonna add pressure on it.
Yeah.
Plus, you already have damaged structures, black.
Yeah, your structures will be damaged. So this is not really. So let's think about what we really want in this position. This can help us a lot.
Well, but our dark squared bishop is not really doing us any justice.
So you want to play d5.
Chopin says Queen e8 would be a double pin. And Queen e8 was just a slip of the mouse. We wouldn't play Queen e8.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Or even be moves like queen e2.
yeah, you have problems there. So let's think of what we are trying to solve, because this helps you find a move. What are we trying to solve in this position if you're
Nick
black?
aside wants to free the dark square bishop, so he's wants to play d5.
Why did you just call me?
Nick
Nick
Colas.
aside.
Okay.
So I'm just used to your name on.
Chopin has got the right answer. He says we want to free up this bishop. We want to activate this bishop. So knight f d7 with the idea of bishop f6 or f7 and bishop g5.
What's the goal in structures like these?
Well,
You want to win.
yeah, you want to win, like Chopin says. But
Of course you want to win.
I think for black is the one who's cramped. So one of the objectives is to exchange a few minor pieces.
Then will he be better?
Then is whoever in positions where one side has got a huge space advantage. If you exchange pieces, the space becomes weaknesses.
Yeah.
So
Like that f5 pawn.
the f5 pawn is a target later on.
Yeah.
So black would be happy in an endgame.
Yeah, absolutely. But like Chopin says, this gives up, of course, this square. D5.
So now, do we immediately abuse that with something like that?
Yeah, knight D5. And
This
Capablanca just goes bishop F6. The
This
bishop is useless anyway. And if he wants to take it for this strong knight, that's alright.
I think that's more than alright.
Alright? Let him
You
take.
know,
Yeah?
I know white has the bishop here,
Yeah.
but for some reason, I am fearful of bishop takes c6, splitting up the pawn structure and, creating some weaknesses.
But there's a lot of things that white loses when he takes on c6.
And plus, that's guaranteed when you're playing black. To get a damaged structure when you play e5.
Yeah, I mean,
It comes.
there's a lot of things you lose. If you take on c6, let's say bishop takes c6
You lose
here,
the bishop pair to start off.
you also lose the square d5 for this strong knight. So you're not going to go backwards. You're going to
Okay,
take.
but I mean, like, I don't mean now. I mean, like, whenever.
Okay, but then timing is very important in chess. And
But now white's down a pawn basically.
after,
After like that exchanges, he's down a pawn around there. If
oh yeah,
He's down a pawn, of course.
because these pawns will be doubled
And
Eh.
even black's double pawns aren't actually bad.
and bad because they're doing something in the center.
But white's double pawns are horrible.
Yeah. So taking on c6 is not really a threat at any given point, actually.
And I suppose rook b8 is also.
Only
Yeah, you'd have open fouls for the black pieces to actually attack
I
white.
just suppose it depends on whoever gets there first, whoever activates first.
But in this case, it will be very clear, right? Who will be able to?
only in other certain openings black that can be a problem for black.
Yeah. But most of the time, taking on c6 is not really something, especially if you're getting the bishop also.
Mm.
Okay, so he goes bishop f6, white goes c3, just blunting the vision of this bishop. And now, what do we do? What's our next thing? Because,
You said you want to exchange pieces, right?
yeah.
Knight b6.
Knight b6, exactly. Yeah. Knight b6 is a clever idea.
Oh.
Bit by bit, you see, like,
Yeah.
this is what I was saying to you yesterday about, like, if you study positions, complete games, they give you an idea of how to handle problems in your own games. Because here you see him systematically solve problem one by one.
In a chess game, you forget. Sometimes you can forget all of this.
Yeah.
Because
Under pressure.
You're panicked.
Yeah. So bishop f6, queen f6. Now he's putting pressure on the pawn. He's exchanged a few minor pieces. His position feels a little
Very
bit
nice.
freer. But it's far from
Winning.
yeah. Can definitely say,
Wait, who's preferable here?
well, so far black has made quite a lot of progress.
I'm happy with black.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Honestly, dream position as black.
Because now his rooks are already connected, his castle, he's developed his minor pieces.
If
Yeah.
my opponent wins here, it's either I blundered or he's definitely much stronger than me.
Yeah, like Chopin is saying, somehow black has developed everything here.
Yeah.
And
that's
white's
what it is.
behind actually.
Yeah. Okay. Now he takes on c6.
Pawn takes c6.
Okay, pawn takes c6. And again, taking on c6 was unnecessary.
In fact,
If you really think
We
about
give
it.
up one of our assets.
Yeah, it was unnecessary. Yeah.
valuable assets.
Light square bishop could maybe have supported a5.
And
Yeah.
it even could have put pressure on black even. But white must be annoyed with the knights.
Chopin says he's seen this game. Yeah, this is a popular game. Definitely a popular game. He takes on c6 and
He actually saw the game.
yeah, but it's good to know. But then if we say you must not take on c6, how does he deal with this position? So
Oh, but it's kind of Zook's one.
no, it's not. It's not.
But like he doesn't know what to do, does he?
Well, again, the way you could look at his problem is he needs to handle this attack on the.
But he can't really handle it.
Why not? He can play queen c2 here. Just
Knight to e7,
Hello? Okay.
and you're losing the pawn immediately.
yeah. What happened to you, Nick?
What do you mean?
We can't see you. Oh, now you're back. Yeah.
My camera is a bit janky. Also I was
Knight
thinking,
e7 is a backward move. I don't see how that would be.
I wanna play
Because
maybe
we can just play bishop d3 if we have to. So
maybe
here
like
maybe we want to play
Okay.
a6
yeah.
and bishop f1, because now if he goes bishop d3 we can play knight
Knight
e5.
e5.
Correct, yeah.
I also like the fact that rook e8 attacks the rook, so you have to do something about that.
Yeah, but you first removed the pin, then you went into
Okay.
e8, and after bishop d2.
Me being a 1300 and not an 1800 would play h6, preventing back rank. Just pointing that out there.
No, but you know why people make moves like that? Yes.
They like pins.
Yeah, but also it's like if you analyze your game and you find yourself making moves like that, how stupid do you feel?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Yeah, you put yourself in.
like I played this because there's sometimes when that's correct, but in a position where it's in an opening and you want to win, it's a huge waste of time if it's not warranted, right? Here, white is behind in development.
Well, that's the only reason I won one of my rounds, so I can think h6 for that.
Okay, bc6. Now he goes queen f3. For me, I think most games are won by the ability to cleanly handle your problems. So, for instance, here he's attacking
c6.
c6, right?
Now I'd play rook e8, questioning where white wants to go.
Exactly. Again, someone could react to the fact that the pawn is under attack.
That's what makes me 1300 now.
Yeah.
Also,
1800.
Yeah?
maybe like 95. I don't know.
Yeah, but a move like that is a reaction.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't. It's like a temporary outpost.
Well, let's say you go knight d5 and he goes c4
Knight b4.
and he goes
Knight
a3.
Knight c2, and you lose a rook.
Okay, so knight b4. Let's
But
say
knight b4 is really irresponsible.
Yeah, that is.
yeah. It's at some point, even if you don't lose it now.
It's like a one move item.
Yeah.
It's like,
one move haters.
okay, that is just, okay. It's like he just tried to look cool for one move and then he's in trouble.
That's like all the 1300s who attack my queen for like one move.
No offense.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen it's the same thing, right? Like someone sees that your queen can be attacked, and then they waste their tempo attacking the queen.
The queen.
But also, now, like, getting back to the value of all this and how it can benefit you, we again observe how a master is not just paying attention to what the opponent is threatening, but is considering more what he can do before that. You understand? He goes, okay, you can take the pawn, but I will checkmate you in the back rank.
Yeah.
So he has to develop a piece with bishop e3. Now the pawn is really under attack.
d5 is
He
possible
goes
also.
c5. Here's the problem. He's got a dark squared bishop. So if you go d5,
Oh, bishop to f4, and now your pawn's under pressure.
yeah,
You
not
would
just
have loved to put all your pawns
yeah,
on
but
white
even
because
this
you can't
bishop
do that.
to d4 is very strong,
Let's see what I'm thinking.
and followed by f6, and the king side is in a few moves you're already in trouble, just because you didn't pay attention to what was happening in the game, right? So c5, number one, makes the bishop weak, but also that's how you play against minor pieces. Number one, it cannot go to d4. Two, it's actually blunted. It's almost like a pawn in some ways.
The fact that I won a game with 2 mana pieces versus a rook.
2 mana pieces for?
Versus a rook and a pawn. Just mentioning it out there.
I mean, a rook and one piece is a draw.
Yeah,
Rook and
okay.
bishop.
You guys are good at arguing things that are not what we are discussing.
Also, the bishop. It's good to point out that the bishop can't really attack c7.
Yeah.
Me and niggas are wasting time here.
c5, okay. So Alekhine here goes rook e2. He wants to double up in the e5.
Brothers for life.
Yeah.
Rook e5?
Okay.
No. Rook
Doesn't-
e7 or rook e5?
Rook e5 is a very clever way of doubling because it comes with the
attacks the
tempo.
pawn.
Yeah?
I was just thinking about this move, but I realized the rook here. Just beware.
Alekhine goes rook e1.
But you can't really.
What do you do here?
I don't really wanna take because.
Rook a5 is.
No, I'm not taking on f5. Sorry, rook
You're not
e8.
taking on a5.
Okay, good. So
Rook.
taking on f5 would be a tactical mistake.
Who's white again?
Alekhine.
Alekhine.
Okay, Alekhine.
playing Capablanca.
He makes blunders, but not that blunder.
Capablanca was black. Okay, so he goes rook a e8.
I mean, f5 can be taken at your leisure.
Was the Sicilian popular in the olden days?
No, especially around this time it wasn't. So this move, in a way, he abandons the queen side. He makes his commitment that he's gonna focus on the king side, and that his position is actually quite nicely centralized. He allows a Alekhine to play queen b7, which is
Scary.
yeah, it is scary.
Very, very scary. You'd have to calculate that.
Yeah.
Now here I wished I played ace h6. Remember?
Okay.
You wish you
I
played-
wanna put pressure on the bishop.
I'm just thinking if only the pawn was on
Which
ace.
bishop? With what? Knight c4 or knight d5?
No.
But it would have been a lot easier with your bishop and with your pawn on h6. Not
Okay,
like
but
that.
you're playing this move from being a chicken.
I'm
From-
1300.
No, but you don't have to play it like that. It's like, you know, oh, he might checkmate me. Let me play h6. You have to calculate and see.
d5,
I'm
queen
calculating in
c7,
advance.
d4,
It's like being one move ahead,
c4,
basically.
c4,
Uh-huh.
bishop d4, rook e2, bishop f6, rook e1 checkmate.
Yeah, like
Did you even have to calculate it?
hey, he's good.
No,
This
you
guy's
know-
amazing.
You know, the worst part is you could have even just take the bishop. What's the point there? You could have
What?
just even take the bishop on d4.
Yeah, but
Did
I
you
mean,
know that?
You just win the, you get the rook and you set the checkmate and you take the bishop next move.
Okay.
Don't overcomplicate.
So
things.
what's your move here, Nicholas?
I wanted to play d5.
I want to play d5.
What does d5 accomplish?
It wants to play d4.
Okay, so let's say
Let's say
It's
white.
probably not like
you're saying d5. Okay, this is not what happened, by the way. In the game, Capablanca took on f5, but we're gonna come back to this. So you are saying queen takes
I was saying
D5.
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 But
Okay,
it's like a very short-lived threat, I think.
it's not a threat. It's just you are playing on hope that it works. You have even calculated it properly.
I'm playing on skill. Don't involve me in this.
Okay, queen takes, and you're saying d4.
No. You don't play queen takes. Now you're losing.
Okay, I'm just saying I'm just trying to see his idea first. Take, and here after bishop takes,
Just rook takes e2 now.
rook e2,
That's
Yeah.
his hope. And this
Okay.
is already 2-10.
and after rook e2, what's the idea?
This is
You
actually
play,
this is losing.
you play rook e2.
And okay. And then what
And
about
then-
this check?
Queen check.
No, you go queen c8.
what do you mean queen c8?
The queen's on f6. This is one awesome idea.
But this is what I was saying. It's like he didn't calculate. He just
Yeah,
he saw his idea. He was like, okay, I'm gonna play. Whatever happens, it's fine.
I did not even bother playing d5.
Okay, so that doesn't work obviously in the real world. Alana. Welcome. Yeah, so okay, so that doesn't work. So Capablanca did the right thing. Took on f5.
Not d5.
Yeah, not d5. But this is also sometimes in a game. This is what costs most people points. Is that they see this exciting idea. They say like, say no more. I'm not. Don't even ask me a question. I've got my miss. Yeah.
They just see d5
They
there.
see their names in lights.
They see the headlines.
The price.
I get that.
The price. But no, I haven't finished with my metaphors.
But actually, my opponent's on move like 4-4. I was playing e4, e5, knight f3,
Yeah.
knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, c3, knight f6, d4 takes e5.
Yeah.
D5.
No, knight to.
They should play
no, that's the
d5.
wrong game.
They should play d5. Yeah.
D5, bishop D5.
Takes.
Knight
No,
e4.
they didn't even play that. I played
C6,
c3, you
D4.
played knight f6, d4, and you played d5. Do you know how, the engine already said +6 for me? Best thing there. And I played the correct move.
You didn't see yourself like collecting the money.
I saw myself collecting the money. Yo.
But
I don't get the joke. I can't visualize.
Do you ever feel bad for Nicholas?
Yeah?
Do you ever feel bad for Nicholas?
No, I don't. Why? Why should I feel bad? He's the one who's suffering.
You see that? Like, all I have Ralphie is this like stuff.
What is that?
It's a chessboard.
Oh, I've got a spot.
I just dropped it.
Was that like a position you've been saving for a while?
Yeah, it was the fishing. It was the fishing game.
Oh, okay.
Now I have to reposition it.
Okay, but he took on f5, allowing queen takes c7, and now his next move was
He's h6 already.
no, queen e6, allowing queen a7.
But
why?
Well, that's what we are trying to understand, right?
And I'm also understanding why not h6 defending the back right.
You will not shut up, man.
Dude, I got backman checkmate.
But again, you are not being different from Nicholas, because you have Nicholas.
Don't compare me to Nicholas.
No. Listen, Nicholas is optimistic in attack.
I am a hopeless optimist.
Yeah, Chase would defend the ghosts out of a position.
Hey, at least I can defend.
Yeah, there's no way you're gonna checkmate him like that. Because you defend it before it's even a problem, you understand?
These are your
but,
words against
no,
your
but on
words.
the other hand, you miss out on opportunities because you're focusing so much on not dying, you're not attacking, you understand? So you need to use all the tempo in a position.
Well,
Yeah?
I got. Okay.
But if you go d5,
No.
Oh no, you're pulling in Nicholas now.
yeah,
Fine,
then,
Bishop C. Okay.
Nicholas, don't. Did you calculate the line?
No.
all black needs to play is open up a file on the back rank if you go d5.
But this
Okay,
position's
so-
too tactical though.
Yeah.
It's
Do you
you,
want
just
the
want to win
position
as
now?
black. Why
Huh?
it's making it tactic?
Do
Do
you
you
want to
play
play
like
like
knight
knight
c4
c4
now?
now?
Try to go for b4.
Not a bad move. Very good.
Not a bad move, but this is much more central, right? Knight d5. And also here you have multiple threats. You're threatening knight f4.
You might even
And
threaten
now-
knight takes
and now
e3 if possible.
Yeah.
And now you sacrifice.
But knight takes e3 doesn't work.
Yeah, knight e3 is just pointless.
No,
f5 though is a big threat.
that's scary.
So here you've got lots. So that's why he was willing to give up this pawn because now suddenly he's got a lot of initiative.
I
For the-
wouldn't have
for
done
the
that.
pawn,
I
huh?
wouldn't have gave up the pawn.
But that's why we watch this game so that there are some students who are like really hard to reach, hard to get, like really, I'm talking difficult. I'm talking deep down there. You know what I'm saying?
Why do I feel guilty?
No, like some who play h6 or whatever.
It's not my fault I'm not getting checkmated.
Hey.
Unlike you guys.
You forgot to analyze this one very important game by Carlsen where he plays a3 first move.
Ah.
You remember? Dude,
Remember that, you know?
thanks Magnus.
Okay, but you see the kind of this threat is very difficult to meet. In fact, Alekhine goes wrong on the next move.
Hey,
Wait, Alekhine went wrong here.
On the next move, yeah.
Could we do better?
I don't know.
Okay.
Let's try. It's a second, but okay.
Is it black to move now?
It's black. It's white to move. Alekhine is playing white, of course. And the threats. I told you the threats are f5. There's also
Then
threat
king to
knight.
so king to f1 doesn't exist.
Queen a6.
And what do you do after knight f5?
You you take it.
That's why I'm playing king to
And
F.
after rook takes,
Wow.
Okay, you need more defenders. But
but Nick, I don't know why.
How many times have you guys said the word but again?
Huh?
How many times have you said the word but again?
but G3 you go queen H3.
Yes,
You need help.
yeah, I just said how many times did you
Yeah, that's something. Chopin says here, Capablanca makes a Alekine's gun on Alekine.
but I mean it's not Capablanca's fault. Alekine just invented the good stuff and he invented the I don't know.
So Capablanca could implement Alekine's better than Alekine. But actually, Alekine was good at setting up this setup, by the way.
You use your own
I
method
think
again.
Yeah.
Capablanca was just better, that's all.
But he lost his world championship title to Alekine.
Poor Capablanca.
Can you give me one of these? Thank you.
Seriously,
Give
nah.
this Coke, yeah.
The moment it's
A
running
new one.
out.
A new one for
Kevin,
me.
your servant.
Kevin,
Kevin,
Kevin is
asleep.
yeah, Kevin is asleep. Kevin is an early sleeper. He's useless. After like 9, he's gone. So what do you think? How do you solve this problem? I mean, the threats are very direct. Chopin, would you like to try?
You know, like, this is the most frightened I've ever been to suggest a movie, you know?
Why?
Because it's like obviously gonna be wrong.
Yeah.
Um,
No, winning isn't everything, Chopin says.
yeah, I don't know how to get out of this one. G3, there's queen H3.
Oh, it's a completely new one, refreshed,
Thank you.
with some ice cold tea in it.
No.
It's water.
Chopin says, I don't know. King F1 is exactly what Alekine played. And King F1 is
A losing mistake.
I don't know about losing, but it's definitely not the right move. The right move was
You have to give up the exchange, baby.
no, Queen B7, which is very difficult to imagine as the correct move.
I agree with Alekine. I would have played King F1. Sorry,
Yeah.
it's not. It's common sense.
I don't. Why? What's the difference?
The difference between Queen F1 and Queen A6 is King F1 defends something.
Queen A6 defends rook E2.
Yeah, but you're not really
That's nice
you're
and
not really defending
It's
anything.
not the defense, but
Let's say I go F5.
The difference between
King
Queen A6 and King F1 is King F1 is a mistake. Queen A6 is the blunder.
You could even go Knight F5, Knight F4 actually. If you go Queen A6, Knight F4.
yeah, and you still lose the exchange.
Yeah.
You're losing both ways, guys.
Okay, but King F1 is definitely tossed.
Yes, you know that, Chase?
And Queen A6.
So Alekine Capablanca goes Knight F4,
And what about Queen A6?
and he now goes Rook D2. Okay, looks like a decent defense.
Except it's not.
Yeah. What do you do?
There's so many moves actually. I'm already thinking about Knight takes G2,
You
but I haven't
take on
calculated.
G2.
No, but you haven't calculated yet.
I
Just
don't.
calculate.
Okay. Let's calculate.
I'm surprised that both of you actually saw Knight G2. To be honest with you.
It's such an obvious move, you know. Like,
No, it's
obviously
just
you
one of
take-
those moves, okay?
No. The fact that you guys saw it, I'm really impressed. I know exactly what the kind of moves I would expect from both of you.
Or Queen at G4 maybe because of
Queen
bishop
G4 is
A4.
better.
Queen G4 is better because you check straight up checkmate. You
Then
put
what's
bishop.
and that's what's the best?
I must say Queen G4 is the simplest. It makes a lot of sense.
And
Because let's say Queen G4 F3.
Oh, yeah.
and
Queen
and
e6
queen
again.
e6 back, right?
You just win my material.
Yeah.
It commons.
That is cringe though.
What do you mean it's cringe?
This is chess.
Like, you make
This
like
is chess.
a move.
There's no style in it.
No, but isn't it a good learning point? You make a move to induce a weakness,
Yeah.
and then you
Like,
come.
It's good, but like.
Dude, below 2500 there is no style. Nicholas, just
Okay,
get that.
so let's go back. Okay, but I'm impressed that both of you picked up that knight g2 is a move. It's a much more complex solution, but the fact that you
Queen
picked
g4
it
is
up.
better. But I mean, knight
And I
g2.
mean, Queen G4 is safer if all goes wrong, you know.
Yeah, queen g4 is just. It's just like. You'd rather.
Yeah, I think in a game, I would play queen g4,
I'm not playing knight g2. That is way too risky.
but you need to change that. King g2, because there comes times in a game where the only way you're gonna win
It's by taking
is by
risks.
taking
And
a
in
risk.
chess. And it's life actually.
Oh, but I know queen g4 is winning
I
anyway.
wouldn't go as far as,
What did
as,
Nika
as
Side
Nika
say?
Side say.
What did he say? What did he say?
Life is all about taking risks.
Okay, that's. You can go far and you can go too far.
TH1 is force made, I think.
Thank you, Mama, for sending stars. Our biggest supporter.
Uh,
So Chase is not supposed to be in this stream because he thinks his mom is asleep.
King H1. King H1 is
She just sent us 50 stars to say when I get your ass, I'm gonna beat you.
King H1.
You need this money.
G5. G5 is rookie white check. I'm gonna look at the roof for inspiration.
You know the situation Chase is in is like when your parents promise you a beating and they haven't delivered it, and you're still at a party, still thinking by the time I get home, I have to deal with that. So you can't enjoy the time where you are in. Okay, so Queen G4 check.
If you go King H1, it's rook G5.
Okay.
well, I mean,
Okay, so okay.
Oh no, but there's
Yeah, Rook G5 is an amazing move.
guys, don't say the word but.
I am so
Okay.
But they're never gonna go King H1.
Yeah, no, they're not going to go King H1. They're going to go King F1. So here,
What, Queen H3 next?
We shouldn't move the queen because the queen is really restricting the king. We should
Then
make
you
it
restricted
other
more
people.
with Queen F3. You gotta make it so you can't move. And
but if you go Queen F3, then what? I mean, yeah.
oh, maybe if you played H6, this would be a lot easier. Just bring that up.
Wait, does rook G5 still work? No.
And I mean, okay,
Chopin says Rook H4. I think Rook H4.
okay, he knows the game. Okay.
Nah, it's not correct.
Maybe queen C, no.
Rook H4
Is this how you guys look for moves when you are thinking?
Well, when I'm thinking, first of all, I intimidate
They are-
opponents.
There are 4 checks. There's queen G2, there's queen G1. No, there are. What? There are 5
Don't.
checks.
There's only like one check, and that's Queen to
C4
H3 and
Queen H3. Okay,
There's
so there are
2
5
checks.
He says
Okay.
Chopin says Rook H4 is illegal.
Not in my mind.
I don't care. I didn't read his messages.
I read it, but
Well,
I
well,
thought
it's-
he meant Rook H5.
Well, it's not my fault that you don't read. Okay.
I thought he just made a typo, but I thought he meant Rook H5.
Don't make that.
The
that
correct move is Queen H3. It's a forcing move.
I
Queen
totally
H3,
didn't suggest that. Okay.
and the king can go to G1, of course, because of Rook G5 check.
And you've
And if
got.
Bishop G5, then
You have my tactic.
correct, yeah. So after Queen H3, he goes King E2.
Yes, people.
Huh?
So basically, now Black has Rook takes E3. Is that what you're saying?
That's what he played. The Rook takes E3 check.
This is something I do to my opponent, actually. No offense. I'm sorry. What? What?
Okay. Rook takes e3, f3.
This game.
If only I could.
Yeah, this is the game, yeah.
If
Queen
only I
takes
could
e3,
forget
check.
If only you could forget the back rank right now, and your pawn was on h6.
Yeah, he goes king c2.
Now you're still thinking about h6.
No, he hasn't wasted time at all with h6.
Okay.
You see how important each move has been in this game.
Yeah.
Queen e4 check. And he can't block with the rook because of c4.
Tactics.
Kaboom.
That's the hardest tactic I've ever seen.
So he goes king b3.
It would be nice to have a pawn on h6 right now. c4.
Okay. What do you guys do here?
So no, without calculating this, I'm already thinking about moves. Okay, good.
I wanna play.
I just wish my pawn was literally on.
You want to play?
H6.
I told you.
Putters. I give up.
I actually want to play. No, but I can't play d5. When can I play d5? It don't work in the position. Oh no, but it does. d5, queen c5.
Don't say the word.
b8.
But
d5.
I've been telling you both not to say that word.
d5 works. d5, queen c5, rook b8.
What about c4? C4.
c4 the king escapes and you can't give further checks because the queen guards the
Chopin says something very interesting. He says here the queen on a7
That is true.
is very well placed.
That is the most annoying thing. If
So you
only
play
we had
d5.
played h6.
Yeah. Well, if you play d5 and he takes on c5, what are you gonna do?
You
It's
play
almost
rook
like-
b8.
Oh, okay, because you want to play that move. Okay, so let's say you go d5 and he goes
You want to
he goes a3.
But it's almost like the queen on a7 is so well placed.
No, I know, Chopin, you said it jokingly, but actually, if you think about it, the queen on a7 is preventing a lot of good things.
Yeah, if only black had played h6 earlier, this queen on a7 would be useless.
goes to c4. But king c2. I don't even look at that.
c4, I'm telling you guys.
c4 the king just escaped.
The king is gonna get checkmated.
c4 you can't.
This is the Icelandic gammon, but a guaranteed win.
Nope.
c4 king
Yep.
c4. But you can't give any more further checks.
You
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
You can.
It's an important position.
You really can find checks.
It says the queen has been on a7 for so long. She was
Just what about
she
rook?
was disconnected from the pieces.
She was disconnected from the game. So does d5 work?
No, d5 doesn't work.
So basically rook a8 would be nice.
Rook a8 also doesn't really work in this position because you're not threatening anything, right?
You're threatening the queen.
Oh, what about after rook takes d6? You see what I'm saying? You go rook a8, he takes on d6. You can't take the queen because of back rank.
I totally didn't know that.
I'll teach you about
This
this.
is where we play h6.
I've been telling you guys, you need to play h6.
But you haven't.
can't.
Yeah.
Then why don't we play h6 now?
Chess is too short to play h6.
Dude, rook a8, rook takes d6 and h6. Now you're threatening queen a4 checkmate. That's what I've been shouting in your guys' ear
Yes?
for the
Huh?
What would you play this position?
rook a8.
Oh, this position I would have made a mistake. And I've actually been in games where in a position like this, you make a mistake because
you didn't play
because the move is not normal that you have to find.
Oh, so there is a move in this position.
There's a very good move in this position, but it's a quiet move.
queen c6.
Because right now, what's happening with both of you is you're looking for an active move.
But queen c6.
Exactly.
You want to be quiet? I'll be extra.
Queen c6. And I think if you have a formula somehow of determining when this works and when it doesn't work, it would be very important. I don't know what the differentiating factor is. There are positions where You just have to find a key move, and this is a key move in this position. Because now, if you play, let's say,
Did Capablanca find it?
yeah, he played Queen C6. But like, you ask yourself, how did he arrive at this conclusion?
Check captures threats. No, he didn't do that.
No. You start thinking about a few things. First of all, now, C4 can be a very dangerous threat in some cases. Rook A8 sometimes is accompanied by a follow-up of Queen A4 checkmate.
I totally didn't mention.
Eh? But, nevertheless, it's a very good...
When you said quiet move, I was thinking H6.
I mean, that's not a quiet move. That's the best move on the board.
yeah.
There's a huge difference. Glad
But
you
it's
agree with me
slow.
on that.
But it's slow. Because our rook takes D.
Now that I think about it,
You should-
even my move was a little bit flawed.
Yeah, and you recommend H6 now?
No. I thought that if you play Rook A8 here, there's Rook D6.
H6? Like I've been mentioning for the past...
No.
Okay, what?
Here you go G6.
Okay, what's the difference between H6 and G6?
It's better.
G6 is better.
I hate
You
shit.
do it. You win to piss chase off.
But in this position, you're still attacking.
The queen and threatening checkmate on queen A4. That's why I said
Correct,
rook
yes.
to A8.
But let's say he goes Queen D7 here,
Mm-hmm.
defending against your
Mm-hmm.
You
What
can
away?
play
purported
Rook
mate.
A8.
Okay, so let me just say C4 first.
No, not Rook B8. Very good.
So what about C4 first?
No, because this is forcing. This brings the whole roof down.
No. Wasn't there queen here checkmate basically?
No,
Oh
this,
no. What?
Queen A4.
Okay, yeah, I give up.
this mate here.
I just don't even want
This
Black
mate.
guys
to.
try
I'm not
to
gonna
fight
talk to you at
white.
this point.
Okay,
I mean, white.
but Queen C6 is a very difficult move to see.
But
You said
A8
quiet
was
move.
also fine. Rook
Yeah.
A8 was also fine.
So here, white goes A4, and black goes D5.
So coach, I have one question.
Yeah.
Why didn't he just go rook to A8 again?
There's Rook D6.
And then if you play G6,
That
then
move is my nemesis at this point.
Yeah. So D5. He goes A5. Check.
Mm.
King A3. And Rook B8. This threatens mate.
This rook B8 move is actually the most
So
common.
king goes to A2. And just in time to make sure that chess sleeps comfortably.
Yes.
H6.
I told you guys to play it much earlier so you didn't have to do it now, but
But G6 is better.
Yeah, but
no, don't lie. Don't just quit dreaming, guys.
H6.
You knew H6 was coming. You could feel it in your blood.
And now Queen B3 check. And here he resigned.
I can sleep happy after this.
Why did
Is there another game?
Hmm?
Is there another game like
how
this?
okay?
Mhm.
How does this help with evaluation?
Well, at any given time during this game, he had to evaluate consequences. If you think about it, look at how many times chess would have played H6 when it wasn't needed.
Yeah.
And then right now I wouldn't have to waste the tempo playing H6. I could play Queen B3 immediately. Told you guys.
But your opponent could have gotten initiative. Evaluating a position, I mean, is exactly what helps you find what kind of move do you need to handle a problem in a situation. If you are constantly misevaluating a position as dangerous, you play defensive moves. Do you see what I'm saying?
And if I would miss,
I think that evaluation is inseparable from the process of decision making.
Well, yeah, you need
Yes.
to evaluate decisions.
Yeah, and it's much more involved than people think. You can't separate these things into, oh no, this time I wasn't evaluating. No, you're always doing it. Even if you're doing it incorrectly, you're always evaluating.
You're evaluating the best you can.
You're evaluating h6.
And by the way, Nicholas,
Chopin. Oh, sorry, I had not seen Chopin's comments. Queen e3. He says instead of queen c6, instead of queen c6.
I also considered queen e3, but I didn't like it because it lets the king go back to c2 with.
It's a clever idea. He's threatening c4.
Oh.
It's threatening c4 check.
That's
But I think Chopin after king c2, you have just a repetition of the position.
That's a really good trick that he did.
Yeah,
I
it
just
is.
have to put in the position just to make sure he's awake.
Yeah, you can repeat the position, I guess. You can go queen e4 check. But if your opponent doesn't fall for it,
You can just go back.
you can just go back. Yeah.
But like that's.
A way to play with him, I guess.
Yeah, we repeat once. It's nice. I like that idea, actually. Giving the opportunity to the opponent
To make a blunder.
to go wrong. I think there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so here we see at least a very nice game, number one, with some interesting thinking points that we could use. So let's get to the second one. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
I,
Are
knew-
there 3 or 4?
I now see why you wanted a chair which could swivel.
Okay, he's just giving it in my face.
Did you see how happy he was? Like when he tells his friends, like, it goes wee.
No, he tells his friends he was doing it live.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, wait, you know what? When I need to show off, I just go wee with the whole chair. That's what he did right there.
Although next game we're playing h6 first move.
Yeah.
First move. You mean a3?
Okay. The next game we're gonna look at
Not A3,
comes
sorry.
from Mini MJ.
Minentle.
Yeah, welcome, Mini. Okay, so let's go back. We're gonna look at. Do you want to download this particular game?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good.
PGA.
You should make a book about all the games we really do.
Listen, if he makes a book out of the games that we've looked with him,
Sue
it will
him.
be it's a
Sue.
bestseller.
No, we just sue him and make your own book.
It's a bestseller instantly.
No, you know the best
So
part?
the h6 novelty.
Yeah.
No, all the money he makes, wait 2 years, all the money is made by then, you sue him for it.
Oh, I see.
You sue him for that money.
He's not worried. He's not worried about loss.
So is it 10 million or 20 million? We just add 2% interest or 20% interest?
Okay, so I've got different classes of games that I want to sort of put some attention on, because so the second one is again a black one. Let's see, how do we reset?
20% interest, that's like 24 million.
Mini says you're a mini champ in the making. C4. He obviously wasn't here for the suggestions of H6.
You said champ in the making, not mini champ in the making.
C4 E6.
6. Maybe
Okay, this is I think one of the best ways to deal with the English.
you can actually transpose to a Dutch even.
Huh?
I want to transpose into the Greenfield or the King's Indian.
Yeah, but the problem there is that then an English player kind of can play what they want.
No, but like you can't transpose into King's Indian here.
You can also transpose into the Grunfeld.
You can,
By force, you can't.
but like sometimes you can transpose this into a Dutch here. I did it once.
No, of course. But it depends with whether white then chooses to play d4 or not.
I dealt with knight to f3. I think I had out. So this guy played e4. I was on my own. I played d5. I was again.
It's called the Mykonos variation.
It was called
Mykonos.
Mykonos. Huh?
It was Balogan who said against c4 play c5, against d4 play e5, against e4 play e5.
Okay.
But is that really good advice?
It's very simple, I think, especially if you are like a club player. There's no need for you to become an opening expert. But this is the simplest way to deal with the English without having to go into special lines of the English. You just go E6.
If someone's booked up, you might get in trouble.
Yeah. What do you mean? With this line?
No, like just like you might. At best, he's having a slight advantage. Very slow.
Yeah.
At best,
Yeah.
if he's booked up and wasted his time on it.
Yeah.
It feels to me like English and Sicilian players are the same because they want
They're
to
all
get the
booked
benefits
up.
of the Sicilian.
Chopin says he had some games against Alexandra Samaganova in this line. I don't even know who that is. with Chopin, I don't even know if it's a real person actually.
He didn't mean that.
I mean that. What do you mean I didn't mean that? I mean that. I know Chopin. Chopin can make up names.
Wait.
I thought he was going to say Bote.
Samaganova. Is that even a real name? Can you imagine if the cops stop you and they ask you like, who's your friend? This is Alexandra Samaganova. You are both going to jail. I'm telling you. This is Nika side and this is Captain Bat. We've got a 1001. Very high.
There's also, you put like both first lap of side house and bad door.
Yeah, you see? The kind of company we keep. Okay, so here, okay, by the way, it's Max Eva playing black against Cotonoa. So here white goes knight c3.
Black's playing d5 or something.
Yeah, I mean, there are some independent systems here that white
Like
can...
knight f3s.
Yeah,
That's
knight
the
f3,
Now-
you go d5.
Now
and-
d4.
no, you can even go b3.
This I faced against actually
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Lichess. I beat the guy really hardly, but it was not easy.
Says he's the highest rated. She is the highest rated player
Why do you know so much about her?
on Alexandra Samagan. Okay, I will check, but I highly doubt anyone in chat can check that name. That already looks suspicious for me. Even that country, I don't even know if it exists.
Why are you
It's not Kazakhstan.
okay? But why are you looking the person up in the first place?
Crash material.
Okay, I'm not going into that.
Nika said it saved the name for later.
I'm taking the blankets.
Okay, knight f3, d5, b3. Okay, play transposes into the Reti.
No, okay.
and if you read my Laskar's system or Laskar's manual of chess, I know it's called manual of chess. He recommends knight f6,
Knight f6.
and after bishop b2, he recommends c5,
What opening is
and
this
after
guy's?
g3,
Bishop e7.
knight c6, just building up behind the pawns, and after bishop g2, he recommends a5 here.
This guy must know his lines, doesn't he?
Why do I want to play d4 and block the bishop?
In intermediate level, you can get away with bad lines. But
No. Laskar's what do you got? Manual of chess.
In intermediate chess, you can barely get away with bad openings.
In what?
Intermediate chess.
Yeah, you can.
But like in advance, you should try not to.
Yeah.
And in
That's why I feel that below 2000, you just actually can play d4, d5, e4, e5, and you'll be fine. There's nothing special that anyone knows that you know.
2000 chess 2000
Doesn't matter.
chess.com.
Doesn't really
But
matter.
above 2000, you're gonna meet some.
You're gonna have to
really rare
you're gonna
lines.
have to prepare. Yeah, you're gonna have to prepare
You're
more.
gonna meet rare
But
lines
like
like
something you
b3 immediately.
Yeah.
It depends on the leader, like type of leader you're talking about.
Yeah. Chopin thinks he can play the bipolar gambit against 2400.
What is the bipolar gambit?
It's for mad people.
Please don't tell me it's like the grog.
There's no bipolar gambit. Okay, so now what I like about this idea of playing e6, d5 against c4 is now also you might have a threat of playing d4, so you kind of force white to have to make a decision.
But this is what black wants.
Which one
This.
goes into the decline?
The Queen's Gambit, yeah, exactly.
Here I would have played c6 and maybe f5, then maybe c6.
Possibly, yeah, if that's what you want to play.
I'm trying to play Dutch here, so.
Okay, so okay, bishop g5, and now knight b d7, and we're going into the Queen's Gambit.
Declined or?
Yeah, classical. So knight b d7 e3.
This position can easily transpose into Scandinavian.
Yeah, in some cases.
It did that in the
This is most boring opening ever. I actually like it.
It's not that boring, it's fine.
Especially if you know more. I think this is a very
If you've
comfortable.
seen a lot of games with d4, then it's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Really entertaining, but yeah,
D4 can be very drawish.
Nah.
no.
I think
You had you used a very drawish line. That's it.
no. Also, it's like easy. People don't really try much.
And people make mistakes in those lines.
Yeah. So c6, yeah.
That D4 is like for position.
White takes. I don't really believe it's what you decide to do.
You just need to know the opening very
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
And know your strategy mostly, though.
yeah.
Because
So this structure was very popular. So it's called the Carlsbad structure. This
Carl's what?
Carlsbad structure,
Carlsbad?
not butt. I don't know why you guys think that butt is a very funny word. I'm not saying butter, I'm saying butt. You're like grade 1 kids. He said butt?
I know.
Yeah.
Is it called?
You can just see if you could come to my school, I would take you to the grade R's and say, yeah, you stay in that cage in there. You'll be saying bye bye every time I pass. Okay, so c6 takes on d1, takes on d5, goes bishop d3.
This is a reversed.
And there's quite a few, details. I mean, he doesn't have to play bishop d3. It's the most optimistic, I think. He could play knight f3. This line is completely safe for black.
This could be a reversed Caro-Kann if you a specific line.
Yeah. You could play knight f3. You prevent occupation of e5 with bishop d6. Perhaps. But okay.
Black is chilling here.
But even bishop e7 here works.
Bishop e7 is the more passive variation.
Actually, it's very active. There's some ideas behind it. Let's say queen c2.
No, but
Uh-huh.
h6 is what I'd play again with a tempo this time.
No. Again, yeah, this is very important actually that you see this. Let's say bishop e7, queen c2.
No, I don't. I won't play h6 here though.
Yeah, don't play h6
No,
because
no.
h6 actually
It's actually weakening.
it's weakening exactly.
Yeah.
Here there's this move, knight h5.
Okay, I didn't play that either.
Again, let's look at what we want to solve in this
I
position.
don't like that move because
Dude, it's
I
a-
want to keep my good bishop.
It seems like a beginner's move. Sorry.
Okay,
I want to keep my good bishop.
let's just look at the history of Max Ever.
That better not be someone funny.
Max Ever was like world champion. He beat Alekhine, and he thought that knight h5 is a very clever move. And the two of you, let's say, who did you beat? You think this is not a good move, the two of you
Sorry.
combined?
Sorry. I think I beat you.
Yeah, okay, maybe you beat me, but
I flagged you. once.
then you flagged me.
beat a
These are your credentials
Look,
for,
I beat a
for
FIDE.
saying what Max Ever played was wrong.
I beat a FIDE master on the chess. That's
Okay.
fine.
But okay, let's look at why is this move correct.
You
What?
trade an active piece.
I don't even believe the move's correct.
You don't-
It's not to do with trade one of white's active pieces.
No, it's to do with the fact that black is slightly cramped, and if he exchanges one or two minor pieces, Chopin was suggesting the Lasker system earlier. The Lasker system plays knight e4 to exchange a few minor pieces, and the game is easier for black, right? It's the same idea.
Have you ever heard
In this setup.
Have you ever heard the saying "on nights on the edge is green"?
Yeah, but you're not planning to keep it there. First of all, bishop e7, queen e7, this is forced. This is why knight h5.
Is really strong.
Yeah. And now, let's say long castling.
You don't castle though.
then you
Yes.
just go knight f6.
Maybe you have ideas
Right.
with a5,
And he goes bishop d3,
a5.
and we go knight b6, because now we want to activate this bishop. Correct, yeah. And he goes knight e5, we go knight g4. Hitting here, at the same time, hitting here, exchanging a second set of
Minor pieces.
minor pieces, right? And here you've neutralized the
These positions actually can get very dangerous here for black even.
yeah, but if he takes,
If played carefully,
we
it's fine.
exchange, and you're gonna castle queen side, there's no
Wait,
risk.
we're not really
You can't
doing
castle king side.
Why not?
too much
Do
pressure.
you know what happened to me in one tournament?
Nah, but I'm just saying, it's like we can't use your fears to make these decisions.
And we
You
can't,
need-
and we can't
Fear.
use your.
Fear is not a variation.
Yeah, but, I mean, look at it. Be objective about this position.
Okay, it's fine, right?
Yeah.
If you castle short castling for black, fine.
It's not fine. If you castle short, it's just gonna attack you.
That's what I'm saying. You can't castle short for black.
But that's what I'm saying. You castle long.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you're forcing an exchange of another
I
set
don't
of
like
mine.
castle long because I don't like when my c-pawn is pushed.
But the decisions you are making are not based on the position; they are based on your preferences, and that's wrong. You need to be objective.
I don't know how to unlearn those preferences.
What is the word objective?
It's like
It means that you're making a decision based on what you observe on the board.
it's like me liking my bishops more because they look nicer on my piece set.
Yeah, short castle, you lose the h7 pawn. So yes, to play h6. No, but after knight g4, knight takes, bishop takes, you just castle long.
I'm just
You
happy
could
with
play
my
an
castling.
h6, but then there's a big attack, and then you wish to castle long.
Yeah, in the game, the Cotonou played bishop d3, and here bishop
Bishop
e7.
E7.
Yeah, queen goes to c2, and again we get a similar position after knight h5, right?
It just looks scary. Yeah.
Hey, Tyro Tax, how are you? And
will talk.
thank you so much for liking the stream. So after knight h5, bishop takes e7, queen takes e7, he went knight ge2, and this is the optimum setup usually with the knight on e2 not preventing f3 e4, just in case you want to play it castle short most of the time. So here
I actually like castles long, and I have a lot of like king side.
I'm just castling wherever white castles. You know why?
Mm.
Because in the end game, it's actually not that bad for black.
okay.
And I really want to go in end game in these positions.
Yeah, these endgame positions can be good if you are not attacked.
Just that's the thing. I want to exchange to not get attacked.
A little bit, right?
But you can't exchange too much, otherwise you're getting photo.
Yeah, yeah. The queen on being on b7 is interesting because
B7.
it on e7, sorry, it prevents b4, which would be a minority attack. It makes it very difficult. The thing is, if you castle long in this position, now you have to attack differently, and it's not like you've got a lot of pieces to attack with.
And it's not like you're long castling in the Sicilian.
Okay, yeah, no, it's not the same, because black isn't committed to going on to the king side. So here he goes g6, which is an interesting maneuver that he can carry out in this position. Okay, so here he castles short, but let's look at the idea of castling long here, and now we go knight b6, and we develop the bishop, let's say, to e6, and we castle long.
White can break through the center, but he doesn't have enough
Knight
time.
b6 also stops
Yeah,
g4.
Huh?
Knight b6 also stops g4.
Yeah. It protects the king side. And you're not really attacking anything anyway. These kind of moves are good when your opponent is castled and there's a target that you're going for. So after castle short,
Is black not forced to castle long?
no. I mean, he doesn't have
I
to.
mean,
There's no need for him to risk.
Black can castle where white's copying for all
Yeah,
the players.
exactly. In this
That's
opening,
what I do.
yeah.
You have to. You have no choice.
In this opening, actually, it helps a lot to be able to say okay, I'm gonna castle on the side where he castles.
So you can't get attacked.
Yeah, he can't really attack me without compromising his position also. Because you have to understand, during their time, Max Eva, Alaska, and so on, the way they played was that you kind of had to equalize first before you even think of attacking.
Oh.
And Blake's first task was equalizing.
Yeah. But White's trying to avoid equalizing.
Yeah.
But how do you know when you are equal? Because it's like a
It's like
percent deposit.
it's when you can relax maybe a bit. For Black, you need to be like freed up.
Yeah. What do you mean? You know when the position is equalized? I mean, if you think about Blake in this position, he hasn't completed development, whereas White has.
So he's not really equalized.
He hasn't
yet.
equalized.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so it's not literally like reading 0, 0.
No.
No, but like if it's 0-0, basically it's easier for Black now, or it's getting easier.
It's getting easier, yeah.
And
But before completing, I mean, have you ever looked at those positions in the King's Indian where
Yeah, I was about to say.
where the computer says you've got 0.8, but actually after a few moves, that 0.8 goes down to 0.3.
it's basically
I
drawing.
don't
Yeah.
use computer.
It's just complex. Okay,
It's
let's
just like
forget
it's
about the computer position. Just think of the positions. Like I haven't completed development, so definitely I'm trailing in this position.
What's trailing?
Like following behind. Right?
Oh,
So castles, knight g3. The problem for White in this position is, what does he do? What can he really
well,
do?
that's the sad part. You have to know what you're doing.
Okay, so he goes knight g3, but like I said, there is a maneuver here in this structure called the Carlsbad structure, where you go rook b1. In this
Cause what?
Carlsbad.
Okay.
Carlsbad. It's not Carlsbad.
I never said it.
You and Nicholas were giggling already. Carlsbad.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so if you go rook b1 here, there's no need to prevent you from playing b5, because now Black can go f5. And he will generate counterplay here with f4. And it's very quick.
Wait, like literally 2 moves only.
Yeah, it's very quick. But if a person doesn't know this idea, and there's a game, maybe if we get time one day, we'll look at it. A game between Max Eva and Bowmaster.
Bowmaster.
Yeah, where this idea gets used quite effectively. So knight g3 takes on g3, h takes on g3, and okay, it's not a big deal, but the kingside pawns have been rendered immobile, even if it's slightly.
Is
They
White
do,
pawns?
they do take the sting out of f4.
Yeah, and I want you to envision a simple idea. Imagine a knight gets to g4 with the queen going to g5, and
Yeah, that actually happens to me a lot.
yeah, and this is a very strong idea. So you need to keep it into account. The bishop naturally is going to the king side, so there's benefit in this doubling of pawns that wasn't there before you played knight takes g3. Okay, after
What if you go? I mean, like I know it violates principles.
uh-huh.
But I've always thought if you take with the f takes, you have an avenue right there.
I tried that in a tournament that actually backfired at me once.
Yeah, but okay, before you even go into a philosophical discussion about that,
What's a philosophical?
yeah, I'm trying to make it complex.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm not making.
If you take with the f pawn, you lose the pawn with check, and you lose the d pawn and the game. It's not complicated.
If I wanted to make
you-
it
I want.
Yeah, you guys make it. You dub in stuff that is not even on the board.
I just gotta give you.
But that's
all.
how you guys lose a lot of time when you should be gaining. You spend time on stuff like that's. I'm looking for the word nonsense. Instead of stuff that will help you in a game, like
I was also
Don't
looking
make it-
at- I was
Don't make
looking
it my
at
fault.
King
I'm trying to
H2,
make
Rook
everyone
H1.
understand.
you're looking at.
King H2, Rook H1. Is that like a bad idea?
In this position,
Yeah.
are you crazy?
No, I know. Okay, in this position, it's not good because
What?
of Rook 94.
No, I mean,
Nika said, "What do you think?"
like g4 check queen g5. You just make the process
No,
faster.
no, but like, okay, if
You have a mating with.
Huh?
No, but the idea is you want a rook on h1.
Okay, so Nika said now you're trying to get checkmate.
Again, like this position, that doesn't work, right?
No, not at this one.
But we're at this position.
We-
We're not at London.
But how are you gonna get the rook?
It's like being in New York, but you're too.
No, okay, never mind. Knight G, Knight F6, Rook F, C1, right? Queen goes to D6, and now he goes A3. So he wants to go for this structure that we spoke about, right?
Then Carlbud's attack.
King goes to G7, B4,
Is it the Carlbud's attack?
Carlsbad, B4. Okay.
B4? Okay, B4.
That's weird.
Now what?
I'm never getting used to that.
Once again, now what are we trying to? What is he trying to do? He's trying to do the minority attack. The minority attack. Normally, you go, okay, I want to go B5. If black takes, then knight takes B4 is very good,
I don't like the if.
right? Why? I mean, if you don't take, again, the good thing about this, the minority attack is it works regardless, you know, whether you believe in it or not.
Okay.
Yeah. You see? Knight E2, knight C1, knight D3. Yeah. Chopping is correct. Okay. No, he gives some lines and ideas here about the Carlsbad structure. It's got a formula. It's like you play it like it's a formula. You know exactly what to do.
Has
If-
he played it before?
I think almost every player has played it to an extent. I'm talking like real players. Okay. So here, the good thing about the minority attack is that even if you don't take, he can take on C6 and C6 becomes a weakness. You see what I'm saying? Or D5 becomes a weakness. Whatever you do, there's going to be consequences. Okay. He goes A6.
There's no way to prevent this.
You can just play b5 yourself though.
Yeah, and that and make you C6 pawn backwards pawn. That's the same as him playing B5.
Yeah, but it's unclear.
Same square, same results. Think of it like that.
It's unclear.
It's unclear the fact that you have a backward pawn is black. It's really clear.
Right now it's pretty well defended.
Oh, until you. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother.
Okay, so A6. Eudizas was saying he remembers when chess used to suck, but it's after just seeing one of his posts. Which is quite good.
Is this really the time to talk about
No. He sent me a message. I asked him to join us on
Yeah.
Twitch. Okay, good. So A6, now he goes knight A4. That was Eudizas. He might come. Oh, no, he might. He sent me a message. I told him to join us here. Okay, so knight A4. Okay,
Who's
so
chess chumps in real life?
oh, Dash is hiding from you. I knew he was hiding from you. I think you chopped him online at some point, and he's been hiding since. Maybe he's lacking in the viewers.
Wait, but like, who's chess chop in real life?
He's just chopping. He chops at
I
chess.
know him. I
Right?
have played him too much.
Okay, so knight A4 is what was played. But here, if let's say white goes rook A B1, so that he can play A5 and B5. This is one way of slowing down the
This is not fun to deal with.
yeah, but this is one way of slowing down the Carlsbad
Like
structure. What did you call it? The minority
The
attack.
cows. Okay.
The minority attack. So you go rook A B1 to support B4 so that you can play A4.
I don't.
But it's taking time to do this, right?
And
Black.
It's just slow.
Now, black. The reason why black played King G7 is because he wants to play H4,
H5.
H5, And after a4, he wants to play rook h8 here. And that's why he put his pieces like this. Suddenly he's got enough attacking pieces on the king side, and h4 is coming.
And white in trouble?
White is in trouble here. Because his attack is very slow. His attack is very positional.
It's a mind.
But black's attack is more directed at the
For
king.
the cow's
And
bird
also,
attack.
white is trying to create like a pawn pawn or something. Black is trying to go king.
Exactly, yeah. So knight a5 instead, knight a4 instead, and black goes h5. This is a very good idea to know for black.
I just really don't like the name of it.
That's all right. You don't have to like the name. So queen c5.
The name of the game.
Okay.
So do you exchange?
What do you do?
No,
So
you can't exchange really.
You can't
yeah, exactly. But what do you do?
If you exchange, you dead meat.
Queen c7 is too passive.
Or
yeah, I
would
think
you
queen
rather?
c7, b5.
Would you rather exchange queens?
Yeah, queen c7 yourself, defend yourself.
So,
So then what? You want to play queen b8 now?
Mm.
If you put your queen on a line,
Chopin was born chess Chopin. Then whenever a message so I can meet Salim. Thank you. Yeah, to play for mate is always better. It's always better, yeah, especially in short-term controls. I totally agree. Yeah, Chopin, I wouldn't expose you to these two if you came here, as a rule. Yeah, I'm just putting it
how
out.
did he get to where
Expose.
He works hard. Chopin works hard. You can tell when you play him. He works hard. I figured he's that person I played that day. It's one of his shadow accounts.
but he also like to just look at games.
He studies chess. He knows a lot of things. I mean, you can see like his contribution is very.
You can tell he knows.
It's
this.
knowledgeable.
He knows some of the games we've been analyzing.
He's already seen that game that we looked at. You know.
So
Okay, queen c5, queen e6. We don't want to exchange because we've got some initiative in this position.
it's more like if you exchange, you basically lose.
Yeah. Whereas black really wants to try and white wants to exchange a few things because he feels there's pressure. Rook b8.
I wish I was playing Sicilian right now as black.
Why?
Because then I'd be happy to exchange queens.
Why?
Because in Sicilian, it's way better for black in endgames.
Why?
Okay, so yeah, I don't get it. Did we miss something?
What is the next move?
Show me.
Rook b8. It's f3. f3 doesn't make sense. Ah, we missed something. Okay. And we
No,
missed.
it's just something a long time ago.
Yeah. We played rook to
E1.
e1. Yeah.
Oh, no wonder his idea looks so dubious.
Rook d8. Queen d6 makes more sense now. And what? a3.
Why does it make more sense?
King g7. It's getting out of the fire also.
I see.
3. King g7. b4.
Oh,
a6.
Black can develop his bishop now.
6.
Bishop to e6 even.
Knight a4. And
Bishop e6 maybe?
h5.
Yeah, you wanna get your attack going.
And he goes queen c5. We
Queen
go queen
c6.
e6.
Knight b6. Rook d.
Was the rook not on h8 first?
Knight b6. I'm just following the moves. Rook b8. And he goes f3. Wants to go for e4.
3, okay.
So here we go. Rook to d8. And he goes e4. And here he's rushed this e4.
He's rushed.
But what
yet
do we do?
You're saying he rushed and he literally planned the last 15 moves to play that move.
Mm-hmm.
You could have just played it from the start, though.
Okay, that's okay. There's rushing and there's just wrong, plain wrong.
I don't think he could have done it earlier.
If he could have done it, he would have. Definitely would have.
You can't. If you take, I mean,
Yeah, Chopin says all he knows is stuff that he watched from the summer 2020 streams that we showed. Chopin knows a lot.
but you, I mean, you don't gain knowledge from looking at chess positions.
You actually do.
You gain a lot of knowledge.
You have to like deduce it.
No, you
But
gain.
sometimes just seeing them helps a lot.
Dude, how do you think? Do you think this tournament was not from chess positions?
Which one?
I would have been 6 to 7 in this tournament.
Chess. Go and look. Quick, my board. There's water on my DGT board.
You have a DGT board.
No,
Yo, those things are so expensive. And I don't know which one to look for because they all are like.
if I miss mine, I'm gonna be on the streets looking for white boys.
I don't get the joke.
You tell other white boys that I've got a DGT board. Nowadays, if I see white boys on the streets, I have to be very careful.
Like when I Google DGT board, either something pops up that's like a million rand, or it's like, but it's really like 20,000. Because like I know the House of Chess one is like 20,000 or something.
Yeah. They're good boards.
But it's just some wood.
Bro, you're not forced to buy it.
It's for professionals. Only professionals touch this board.
The DGT smart board is in this one is 7K, but it's literally just like some magnets.
Well, if you don't appreciate it, I mean, you don't have to buy it.
I appreciate it. I just don't know why it's so expensive. Like from an economics point of view.
You get money, then buy the board. You
Well,
don't just buy the board.
well, he's saying he doesn't appreciate why it's expensive. Anyway, I'm not arguing that with you, Nicholas. It's got nothing to do with us. I like it. I thought it was a good investment.
No, by all means.
Uh,
I just want to investigate the mechanism.
yeah.
Nicholas, you
So
sound
it's a unique board, I must say. If you look at it, it's a Majestic. The one I have got.
To play chess.
Huh?
Do you use this to play chess?
sometimes.
No. I play it on chess.com.
Wait, no, you do chess.com
Yeah.
mostly.
But
I do. When I played the London League, I played on the only chess. I played using the DGT board.
how useful is it to you?
It's useful. I like it. I mean, it gives me the simulation that I'm playing over the board.
Overboard.
Oh, so you wanna, get better at over the board chess?
Yeah. As opposed to, and
Also
also because it doesn't work on blitz, so you use it on long games.
Like classical
That makes
1
sense.
hour.
But why is there such a different cognitive difference between online chess and over the board chess?
Huh?
Why is there such a difference? Like, why do you get, if you like used to online chess, why is it so much harder over the board?
It's not the same. It's just different, I guess.
That makes sense why I blundered my queen then, because it's like a chess board vision thing.
Yeah, you get used to watching a 2D board. It's not the same as a 3D board. It's a 3D scenario.
Because like sometimes my king stands in front of my bishop, and I forget about it. Like it happened on the small one. I forgot about the bishop.
Chopin says he's got an Uja board. It allows him to play past world champions.
What?
An Uja board. I don't know what that is.
A Ouija board. He likes to summon ghosts.
Yeah. Okay, so here, e4 is a mistake. Take on e4, fe4, and Max Eva goes knight g4.
This is not an easy position.
Yeah, suddenly these weaknesses can be felt. You can see in this position, if you ever have to go to an endgame,
You'd be toast.
yeah, white will be in trouble.
For me, I got in a position where the bishop's opening was really tough.
Oh, today.
No. It's like
When was it? I think I saw that.
yeah, you did.
Yeah.
But it was I really did not love it.
Yeah.
It was really unpleasant. That's why I'm playing knight f3.
Okay, so here he goes bishop c4. And Max Ever goes queen d6. The queens come off the board, and now we get into that scenario which we mentioned, that what if this goes to an endgame? White has got now 3 pawn islands versus black's 2.
And one of them is isolated pawn. It's
Yeah.
like pawn.
He's got these isolated pawns. He's got this backward pawn. So if you are ever going to an endgame and your opponent has got this kind of endgame, this is the kind of endgame that you want to really go to.
But
because
now you must be trying to force exchanges.
yeah, well, you have to press. You have to play the endgame. I think that's
So
really,
you want to make it easier, you want to get minor pieces off the board.
of course, if you can, but that's not the objective of the endgame.
That the objective of the endgame is activity.
No, number one.
Attack weaknesses to create pass pawns.
Correct, yeah.
Pass pawns.
Yes, White can make a pass pawn in this position, but it's not easy for him to do that. Right? He can, but it's not easy for him to do that. If he does, it's gonna be just an advanced pawn that's weak.
It's weak, yes.
Yeah,
But you can never really create a full-on passport.
you cannot create one. So here, bishop e6. Actually, in the end game, if you make your objective checkmate, you're gonna lose.
Yes.
You have to promote your pawn.
I mean, it always depends on the position. You know, it's like if you have
In
a
the end, you want
a6,
checkmate.
In the end, you want checkmate, but
But
in
you
the
can't,
in
like,
the mid
make
in the if you think make it about that,
That's gonna be
you're gonna
tough.
lose. Yeah. So here, very interesting move, bishop e6, which requires obviously some calculation. So I think if you play e5 in this position, then knight takes e5. If pawn takes e5, then rook takes, and then bishop takes e4. No, that doesn't work, right? It's just this flowed. I forgot the knight on b6.
e5, you just go rook d8.
Okay, allowing knight bishop takes e6.
Yes,
I mean, it
precisely.
splits your pawns, but
At
I mean-
least we're not blundering material.
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
like you,
Yeah,
you're
yes,
gonna be
too.
the first to take the a file.
Yeah, yes, too correct.
But this position is really tough.
White played rook d3 in the game.
Rook bd8.
Why did black play bishop e6 if they didn't want the inconvenience of doubling, of like splitting the pawns?
Okay.
No, the thing is, if you play e5, then you're never going to create a pass pawn, right?
Yeah.
If you play e5, let's say rook d8, bishop takes e6, f e6.
Your pass-
Actually, it's
It's like a bind on d5.
on d4, yeah, it's a target, and there's a constant threat of knight takes e5. This position is already
falling apart.
yeah, exactly. So in the game, he goes rook d3. Okay, now rook b d8, putting pressure on.
It's hard to remember that there's a knight on b6.
Yeah, he goes rook e d1. Now black takes on c4, and knight takes on c4, and he puts pressure on the e pawn. Okay, and in this position, white makes a mistake and plays knight d2, which always happens in these positions. At some point, the player who's the weaker one,
I get it.
Knight a5,
Knight
knight
e5.
e5.
95. Very good.
But it's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure, yeah.
So he's gonna
What is
make
the
a
time
lot.
control?
These were long games.
Like half an hour. I mean,
No,
hour
that's
and a
too
half.
short.
Hour
Hour
and
and
a
30
half
minutes.
per side.
These were
90
like 8-hour games at the time. Like 2 hours
That's
for
how long I see.
2 hours for the first 20 moves and so on. So he goes d5.
But
What
how
do
do you make a mistake then?
What do you do? So you think if you've got a lot of time, you will not make a mistake?
Okay, but not a mistake. I mean, knight e2 is like you see, you take the note. Okay,
So
both
first
my
of
rooks
all-
are undefended.
What about pawn takes d5 first?
You can't ignore it, eh?
Yeah, you definitely can't ignore the fact that your rook's under pressure.
No, if you go pawn takes d5, then he goes rook takes d5. Then he's fine.
Oh yeah. So rook d6.
Mm-mm. Then he's got other ideas.
You have
Okay.
to.
Do you seriously want us to take that rook?
That's what
F5.
No, Maxieva just takes the rook.
Wow,
Oh,
this guy's
I
a
forgot.
real
You
pro.
can do that.
This guy's real smooth. Just takes the rook.
Okay. Okay,
But
so
now you can't take back with the pawn.
g takes e6.
You can take back with the pawn.
You can't because you're knight.
Goes knight to e5. Okay. White was hoping for knight b2, which would be a mistake, because now rook to b1 just makes a lot of sense.
Ooh.
Nice, eh?
Okay, that's nice.
If you go rook d2,
E2.
e7.
E7.
But knight e5 just preserves everything. And here, he takes on f7. The question is, what if he had played e7? Then knight f3, rook here. Then we
Rook
take
takes
on,
E7.
rook takes e7, knight takes e5, rook takes
You're fine.
e5. And
No, but then there's rook d7.
I mean, but
You're
You're
up.
just losing all your pawns.
No, you're not.
you can
rook
just
takes
play.
E4.
White
Can't
is
you
losing.
can't you play rook to
No,
b5?
no, A5, A4 can work. No, yeah, okay. But a rook takes E4 also works.
I don't like.
Then he takes on b7, breaking this pawn.
Yep.
Nah, that looks scary. I think here,
Maybe b6.
This is Nick Aside's words against him. Nick Aside, in life you gotta take risks.
yeah, I think, yeah, okay.
Gotta take risks.
This is not what happened. After knight e5, he took on f7. Black takes on f7 with the knight.
To prevent rook f1.
So he goes king to f2. In life, you've got to take risk going to swim to South Africa. And here he goes rook to d3. And here, white resigned. If he tries to go for the rook, the g pawn, and the
A1?
yeah, there's just so much stuff happening. He decided to call it quits. But okay, so today what did we observe? What did we learn with these two games?
D4 is even more complicated than E4.
Yeah, d4 is definitely more complicated. d4 requires more knowledge of positional play than e4, but doesn't mean it's not tactical. It's very tactical. And the fact that it combines pretty much everything is, it makes it a very scary opening to play without being prepared. That's just crazy.
You shouldn't play against it without being prepared.
Yeah.
But
Why
why
did they teach the London to beginners?
Who does? I mean,
Actually, some beginners play the
no, but it's like, these things don't help. Even if you found the answer to it, it won't help you get strong. But when they put attention on the wrong things. It's easier to learn openings, so people spend most of their times learning openings. But that's on them. It's not on the people who teach those things. Those people supply a demand. That's already there.
Which people?
The people who make DVDs on the London or whatever it is, right? They do it because there's a demand for it.
They don't do it because it's what you need.
Yeah, they just do it because
You know,
there's
a video that really annoyed me.
yeah,
That I saw. It was by Gotham Chess.
yeah.
It was like it said how to actually win at chess.
Then it doesn't say anything about how to actually win at chess.
That's
Yes.
custom video.
Yeah,
Like it's almost clickbait.
It is
Yeah.
clickbait, Nick.
but there's lots of these things. I'm not bothered. I mean, those people make material that people want to watch.
But
They're entertainers.
they're not helpers.
It's very. I see a lot of people thinking, oh, I'm gonna learn a lot. Actually, no, you're not gonna learn. You're gonna enjoy. And those things are like separate, you know. It's just setting yourself up for failure when you do that. It's expecting stuff that's unreal. Anyway,
I still,
Right.
I still feel like when I look at the game, I have to look at like a lot of games if I want to eventually figure out chess knowledge for myself. Which is fine. I mean, that's how you do it.
well, I think okay. If that's how you feel.
No. I mean, like, is that how you did it? Did you only look at games, or did you also like somehow attain chess knowledge?
Well, of course I read. I read a lot. I mean, today
But
I
what
think,
do you read?
today how many books did we buy?
Like 10.
10. Yeah.
You know you can get a lot of books for free.
Oh, I like buying. I like buying books. I like.
Hardcover. You
Yeah,
like
I like buying books. I really.
What
I pref-
books do you buy?
That's for the next episode.
Middle game.
Yeah. Full of middle game, end game. Doesn't matter. I like
Where
chess.
do you think your weaknesses are in chess?
I'm not playing enough.
Is it because you're a coach?
Yeah, I'm just not playing enough. I mean, work comes before playing for me. That's not even a question, right? This is what I do. So
Yeah.
to improve, you have to play. You have to
Do
play.
you think if you try to, like as a side job, improve it, you could maybe coach a wider range of players?
Not really.
Do you not like have a shortage on players to teach?
No. I've got lots. That's like not even.
But how, is
I'm
this
at a point where I can coach a wide range of players.
that's good.
Mm.
How does playing a lot affect? Is it because you get to analyze your thought process or something?
Of course, yeah, you get a chance to really implement ideas in practice and to question whether they work or not. When there's enough time to analyze and make a like this is where I want to go. So if you are not playing, that's difficult to do.
Yeah.
Also, some of the ideas you have are untested, so they are difficult to change into a habit because you've not tested them. And in
But
long
you
games,
think you've tested them when
Yeah.
you've not actually met the correct reputations?
correct. Yeah. There are positions where you could be winning but not be able to convert it because
You don't
Just-
know you're winning. Also.
Yeah,
So,
it's-
like,
it's
you
just
don't know
much-
how to- you
it's
don't
just
know
that
better
much
than-
difficult, much more difficult over the board. I saw when I played in January. Chess requires time. When you're at school, it's the best time to improve because you don't have a lot of responsibilities. You can just play tournaments.
And you fail your exams.
No,
Like,
no,
you know the lady named Norette Nieuwboot? She was in the E section.
okay.
She said she couldn't get any sleep.
that night.
Why?
Like
Because she couldn't sleep at like exams or something.
Okay, but what I'm saying is like
No,
as a junior,
it's better to do it at school than when you have a job, you know.
exactly. Yeah. As a junior, yes, you have pressure, but the kind of pressure that you get from school is caused by just laziness. Like if you could spread your work evenly, you wouldn't have to do any crash study. If you did your job, and if you did your job, you can actually play in tournaments. But most people, they're busy on TikTok and stuff like that, and eventually, just when exam time comes, they stop everything because now they need to put their attention on the exams. But the truth is, during the exams, you could even be practicing chess anyway because you just did your work already. That requires a little bit more focus.
The only sad reality for me is I think I have to rely more on online tournaments. Because you guys live very close by to most of the tournaments.
Not really. Not really. Not all tournaments are this side.
Well, it's been
You just have to know which tournaments are at which part of the year.
Because most of the venues I have been to were Kraaifontein, Brackenfell, Belleville, which is fine, but you know, like I would rather, because you see, like I can't drive yet.
Yeah.
When I can drive, I don't mind, but in the meantime, I need to find a solution.
Okay.
Also,
I feel like this is very high level.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I like you know like I'm suggesting moves that don't make any sense.
What do you mean?
Okay, like I think I saw a thing like I
Mm-hmm.
I lack of understanding of the basics. But not like MISD basics. Like in this position,
Uh-huh.
I still don't really know what I should do.
You have lack of knowledge.
You don't know what you should. Well, the things you are trying to sort out now, you don't sort them out that way. I mean, when you say you don't know what to do, I mean, in this position,
Well,
you know what to do. You know how to play. It might not be the best, but you know how to play, and then you improve on that.
okay.
Improvement is a gradual thing. You just have to see more positions like that. Again, if you just go through like what you're going through now, your task is to go through 2 more games of that those Fisher games. There's no shortcut to this process.
Okay.
There's no shortcut. Nick, we have to go. Thank you so much to everyone, and really appreciate.
we had a nice audience this time.
Yeah, it was actually quite nice, not bad. Chopin, thank you so much. Have a lovely evening. Chopin says we are the most entertaining channel, especially when Dash is here. Good night, Chopin. Thank you so much. Good night.